Hi everyone, and welcome back to Excellence Noir, where we seek to raise the standard and change the status quo. Today's video is more of a chit and chat video. You sent me your questions and I promised that I would answer every one of them. So let's get into this Q&A. So by the way, if you see me looking down, it's just because I have the questions on my phone. And yes, I got a new phone. I remember last week's video I told you guys that my phone fell and broke. So I bought a new one and I'll just be reading some of the questions from here. The first question that I got, which I have been getting a lot every time, is for me to share my skincare routine. And I keep wondering why, because I honestly do not have good skin. I don't have horrible skin, but I wouldn't say that my skin is a skin that I would say, ooh, let me ask that person what they use. But some people wanted to know, so I was like, you know what, I'll just share with you what I use on my skin. So I only recently started using this, but my cleanser is Hydrating Cleanser by CeraVe. Before I used to use the foam to cleanser one, which I preferred, but I didn't get it this time, so I'm using this one. And I also use this as my moisturizing lotion, also by CeraVe. I will try to link all of them down below for you guys. And then so I wash my face. I use this by Pro, I don't know, I can't remember the name, but you all know that I've had this like about 5 years now. This is the brand Pro X or whatever. But I've had this for about 5 years now, and it's been working fine. Never had any issues with it, so I would recommend that one. I will try to link it below. I don't know if it's still available, it's been a long time. I also use this vitamin C serum. I use this by The Ordinary, and I use retinol, and then I finally put the lotion, the moisturizing lotion. I have and this is all I use, nothing much, but let me come closer so you guys could see. Like, my skin is not I don't have the best of skin, plus I have lots of moles on my face, but my mother has them. It's like a genetic thing, my sisters as well. And I don't know if you guys can see, I have a rash here. This is since COVID restarted and we had to wear the N95 mask. I've had a rash there. My other coworker said she has one as well, so we don't know if it's the mask or just an irritation. I don't know. Anyway, so this is the first question. Let's get into the second one. So for the next few questions, I will answer them as briefly as possible. If I need to make a video to go more in depth, just let me know in the comment section and I will. The next question I have is, do they allow study in the NHS, like if you wanted to do your master's, or is it nursing related? Now, what I know is that you are allowed to study hair. Like I told you guys, I'm doing a course which is being sponsored by my trust. I have friends here who are studying to do their top up from RN to BSN, because most of us who studied in St. Lucia, we didn't have a university or college to get our bachelor's degree, so most of us have our associate's degree, so most people do the RN to BSN, and their trusts are also sponsoring them, like at least paying partially. So you are allowed to study if you want to do your masters and all of these things. You are allowed to study other things if you are interested. However, while you are on your visa, you are only allowed to work as a nurse. You can only do like nursing related jobs, but you are allowed to study. Next question is, how did your husband join you in the UK? My husband, so I will do a video on how to bring your relatives to the UK, where I will show you my screen like I did for the price of rent. I will show you my screen. Go onto the website, but you go onto the government website, gov.uk, and then you search for dependent visas. When you go there, it will give you all of the information, and then you start that application. You will have to pay for the visa. There used to be a health surcharge which they have taken off for like health professionals and nurses, so you wouldn't have to pay that. You only have to pay for the visa now, which is very good, because it was about £400 for each year, so that's like you had to pay like 1,200 for the 3-year visa. But I will do a video on that. But you go onto the gov.uk website and then you look for dependent visa and you apply for your family under the dependent visa. And there are a few rules, but when you go there you can see it, but I will make a full video on that. Next question: after that period of free accommodation by your trust is over, what happens next? So you would have to find some place to live. I don't know how it works. Our trust gave us, I think, at least 3 months. I feel like 1 month is a bit like of a short period to just expect somebody to come and settle in to get their own apartment, because it does take a little time to sort out all of the paperwork when you're about to rent. So I would say, if you, like, from the time you're into your first, second week, start looking online. I don't know if you've seen my video about the price of rent. I did share a few websites on there where you can search for apartments. If you are alone, I would suggest renting, doing a house share. If you have other friends there with you, you can rent a house, because it's quite expensive, especially where you live. But what happens next, if your trust is very strict, I guess they will keep reminding you need to leave. Which is not nice, but I doubt they will not be able to legally put you out on the street. So if it takes you a bit longer to get a place, they will just have to be patient with you. Also, some trusts give advance, so they give you like £500 advance or a certain amount of money in advance, and they will take it a little bit at a time on your upcoming salaries, so you can use that as well. But most of the places that you need to rent, you will need to have a deposit. So yeah, it's a bit of a tricky thing. If you need more information, you can contact me on Instagram if you want me to help you with that whole process. But I hope I answered that question. And next question is, what is your favorite and least favorite thing about the UK? I would say my most favorite thing about the UK is the ease of travel, the ease of a lot of things, and the landscape and seeing different places, because I love things, especially nature. Like, if you guys notice, if you follow me on Instagram, I'm not really like a big like city kind of person. I like nature, and I like things that make me feel very like outdoor-ish. So I like the seasons as well. Coming from the Caribbean, in a small island, we just have wet and dry season, but here I love the change, especially fall. You all know I love fall. Yeah, so that's one thing I love about the UK. My least favorite thing about the UK, I would say, is the cold. When it begins to get very cold and dark, like it's 8 a.m. and it's dark, it's 4 p.m., 3 p.m. and it's dark, like I don't really like that. I can deal with the cold probably more than I can deal with the dark, because I feel like I shouldn't be going to work in the dark, like early morning in the dark. Like, that is just too much. But yeah, I think for me, winter is my least favorite thing about living in the UK. And these are questions from Instagram. Next question is, how do you maintain your friendships back in St. Lucia? I would say that one was a bit tricky for me when I just came. To be honest, I felt like, because when I was back home, I always used to go out with my friends, or we'd always meet up and that kind of stuff, because I'm that kind of person. I like quality time. And then moving here, it was a bit difficult. I would still try to keep in touch with my friends, like through video calls and stuff, but moving here also made me realize that a lot of the friendships that the friendships are different, like based on the persons. The friendships are different. For some people, some of my friends, we speak like just once a week, maybe a video call or a chat, or every now and then we see something that reminds us of each other, or something that the person would laugh at, so we send it to each other. And then some of us is just like once a month. How is life? How is your family? What's the update? What's going on? Yeah, but I feel like my friendships have changed, not in a bad way. Some people, to be honest, you never really heard from them again, but I would not really consider these people like they were my friends and stuff. It's just people that you know. But I feel like the friendships do change when you move, but as long as you make the effort, the most important thing is making effort, because there's no point in having a friend and then you make no effort to reach out or no effort to check in. But it changes, but it's still able, and I think like it's still possible. Social media makes it possible to keep in touch with people, so even if it's not often, but you still try to check on your friends the same way they check on you. So these are the questions from YouTube. So one of the questions is, who is your favorite colleague to work with and the one that you hate? Name them, please. I will leave this to the end of the video. Next question, what is it like working in the UK versus working in St. Lucia? I don't know, maybe if I think I've spoken about this a little bit in my previous videos. One of the things I feel like I prefer when it comes to working in the UK is the fact that we always have supplies, the fact that people know their job and what they're supposed to do, and you don't have to be fighting with people to do their own job and all of that. And as a nurse, I can just focus on my patient. I don't have to focus on if people are not coming to work tonight or any of these things. Like, there's management for that. I love the fact that I'm getting like equal opportunities, because back home it was, you would be working there 10-15 years, you would never get the opportunity to be promoted unless somebody knew you. It was very political. So I feel like here I'm getting the opportunity to further myself, career progression and all of that. To be honest, like, I would say working here, for me, the environment is like 90% better than the environment where I used to work in St. Lucia. Not that it could be better now, but where I was, the environment had just gotten too toxic. And for some people it's okay, but for me, because of what I wanted for myself, I just didn't fit in there, and it just wouldn't work out for me. For the kind of person I am, I always aim for, like, to try to improve myself, to improve things, and I feel like the mentality there was just like, that's how things are, you just get used to it because that's how things are, you just accept it because that's how things are. And I'm not that kind of person. Next question, is it possible for someone who's done a direct degree in nursing with no UK experience to find a job in the UK? Yes, I have heard that they are taking people with no experience because of the shortage here. However, I think that there have been changes to the list of countries that they are accepting nurses from. So I will get more information on that for you, and I will explain further in another video. But I think there were a few countries that were taken off the list for the country that they will be getting nurses from, going and recruit. Some countries were taken off the list, but I think most of them were like some African countries. But I will get the information for you later. Next question, I've been hearing that it's possible to move from a nursing diploma to a nursing degree for almost free of charge in the UK. Have you heard similar things, and is this true? Like I told you, that some of my friends are doing RN to BSN. One of my friends told me that her trust is actually sponsoring her. How much money? Yeah, like there are opportunities. Probably it might not be free of charge, but it's not that expensive. It is affordable. If it's something you want to do, it is very much affordable, and you can apply for funding from your trust, and they will help you with that, because they love to promote career progression, and they love to see people furthering themselves. What has been your greatest success and your greatest regret since moving to the UK? My greatest success, I would say, since I moved here, was being selected for the course that I am doing, because it was there was a group of 10 of us, and I was selected as one of the persons to be sponsored by my trust to do the course. So that I was very happy about that. It's a good experience for me, a good opportunity. And I would say what I regret, what would I say I regret since moving here? At the moment, I don't think there's anything I can say that I regret. Probably I feel like I regret not going out more or seeing more places before COVID happened, because I feel like I didn't really get to enjoy the place, and then it was a whole shutdown, and that really affected my mental health with everything that was happening at work with COVID. So I feel like I didn't really get to enjoy the place, but since then I think I got to go home and I felt better, and it's been okay. So yeah. And the final question, since this video is going a bit longer than I expected it to, who is your favorite co-worker and the person that you hate the most? To be honest, my favorite, I'm not going to be mentioning name. The person was like, oh, name them please. But as you guys can tell, this is one of my co-workers who's asking that. So my favorite co-worker is someone who makes like tea for me on the night shift, and also will hide biscuits for me, and would bring me little treats. And my least favorite co-worker, the person to work with, I would say, his name starts with C and it ends with a D. Anyways guys, thank you for watching the video, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to keep in touch with me on Instagram at Tasha Lord. I'm so happy to hear from you guys. I'm very busy, but I make time to answer every message and to reply to every comment, because I love you guys very much. So continue to share this video with all your friends. See you later.